All right, today we are doing a recon of Hurricane Creek and Buzzard's Roost, or Mountain Goat Trail, whatever they call it. And it's going to be me, Charlotte, James, Steve, and Marcus. And in 2 more weeks, I'm bringing a whole crew up there. So we wanted to run a recon of the area, see what the condition of the trails are, because we have some first-time wheelers coming with us. Condition of the trail, see how the Rubicon on 33s does on that rutted part of Hurricane Creek. Unfortunately, it's going to be bad storms. There is a break in the storms from 6 until midnight. So tonight, we're going to have some bad storms, but from 6 p.m. till midnight, there won't be anything. So we can actually, start a fire and enjoy our camp time. And then tomorrow, we're only doing one night. All right, we'll follow up with you guys later. So as we waited at the Maggie Valley meetup spot with Steve, we found out Steve was having engine troubles in his new Land Cruiser. Something about a spark plug wire or the cap coming loose and causing a misfire. Luckily he figured it out. It was running about an hour late. Good thing he was though, because we ran into the huge rainstorm that was supposed to come a little bit later. We had little bits of hail, but it quickly passed, and then we saw a beautiful rainbow shortly after, and the kids got out to go play.
We're behind the wheel. We look for Marcus.
We need to go get some firewood. Hopefully that's the end of the rain, but we're at the Maggie Valley exit. Just had a huge rainstorm come through. Since I've been here last time, they put up this charging station, a charge point charging station. Pretty cool, right? Charger your Teslas, your electric cars. But we got about 45 minutes to wait for Steve, so.
Yeah.
Go out. It's a full rainbow too. It goes all the way on both sides. So there's a rainbow after the storm.
Yes. Wait. I know the rainbow. These two.
Well, Steve got here in his Land Cruiser, or, well, it's the same thing, Lexus GX460. It's basically a 80 series Land Cruiser with, 100 series Land Cruiser made by Lexus. Same exact car, different badging, that's all it is. LX450. It's got a straight 6. Just got his tent in today. CVT, the new one. ARB Safari Snorkel with the intake. ARB front bumper with the 10K Smittybilt winch. I believe it's the same one off of his Bison. Solid front axle. So it is 80 series, I believe. Solid front axle. Nice. Running on 35s. You got dual swing out. The new CVT tent. He actually just came in today. He got it on, which is why he was a little bit late. Got him out the tent up out of the box. 35-inch Toyo open country tires. 80 series Land Cruiser is it's a straight 6, all-wheel drive. It's got high and low gear. It has a center diff lock. Solid front axle. It's got an ARB front bumper, Smittybilt H2O 10K winch with the Factor 55 fair lead. It's got a ARB Safari Snorkel. I have the same pre-filter too. It's really nice. So I like to start my adventures from this side of Maggie Valley, where I go up into the backside of the Smoky Mountain National Park. There's a Forest Service road that runs across the border of the back end of it. And this is a pretty scenic drive in. A couple tight switchbacks up into a gravel road that goes up to the top of the Smoky Mountain National Park entrance, and there's no fees to get in there because it's just a service road that runs all the way up. There's cows up on that hill.
The cows are moving.
We go ahead and follow this up to a couple of switchbacks farther up the road, but there's plenty of cows and farmland here. Look out for Sasquatch here on the left. We'll get you. This is the last switchback before the gravel road starts. It's kind of steep. Definitely wouldn't want to bring a trailer up here. There's a nice lookout to the right up here on the bend that overlooks Maggie Valley. And then I always warn everyone to be careful if it's been raining, because this road does get muddy and wet. Not only traction becomes an issue around a couple of these bends, but if you fall off, there's going to be trees there to catch you. This area has more cool views off to the left, and eventually winds its way all the way down to the bottom of the canyon, or ravine if you would call it, where there's a nice wooden bridge to cross over. But before that, there's a nice little waterfall on the right side. After we wrapped up clearing this tree out of the way, we only had a short little distance before the first camp, well, the only camp for this trip. Alright, we made it to the secret spot, camping. We'll show you in the morning. There's water. There's a creek that runs through here. There's fire pits at the edge of the creek. Steve's got his Land Cruiser leveled right here. I got my Gladiator leveled right here. Got the Jackery running the fridge, charging some iPads and a fan, even though it's going to be 55 degrees tonight. So I don't know if it's going to rain. Might have one rain shower come through. So I got firewood in here for tomorrow. Fridge. We're trying something new up here, since Crystal complained about the hard mattress on the Tough Stuff Alpha. So This is a double air mattress hiking. It's a really nice one. I'll put the link on Amazon. But it fits this double sleeping bag perfectly. And then I got James sitting over here on the hard side with his single sleeping bag. So Charlotte and I will sleep here. So honestly, this is more of a 3-person tent. Because 1, 2, 3. Last trip I did have myself and my wife and both kids up in here and a dog. But when I bring the wife and all them, next time, one of the kids could sleep in the back of the Gladiator, or I bring the annex and a cot, and I'll just sleep right under the ladder in the annex with the dog. That way, kids can be up there. I can sleep under here on a cot and still be comfy. I sleep like a baby on that cot. But there's a water crossing over here. I'll show you in the morning. There's a water crossing that goes up to Billy Goat Trail. So we're gonna have dinner. This is our little secret spot campground. We had a long morning packing up, and we had another Jeep Rubicon that she just purchased roll up to run the trail this morning with a couple of our friends. I think there were 2 rigs in total, and we chatted with them right before they rolled by right here, but we were behind them on the trail, and eventually they pulled over to let us pass. But really nice people. You always find the best people out here camping, overlanding, or wheeling.
Hi, really? I got all this. I got this one. I got 4 guys. No, Preston.
This water crossing right here can become quite deep after a good rain, but it's all rocky bottom, and this is a really cool trail to run. Sorry guys, once again I gotta dub over the wonderful Oasis music I have playing, but the way out has kind of gotten a little steep coming out of this river crossing, water crossing, creek crossing. The trail continues all the way up the side of this mountain to Buzzard's Roost with a couple steep sections, nothing crazy off camber or nothing unsafe. It's probably rated at 2 as a trail. There's a couple of rutted areas that make it kind of fun, and some steep parts that make it fun and have you really test the low end torque of your vehicle. Here's another fun steep climb. It's a little bit off camber to the left hand side, driver's side, but it was her first time wheeling her Gladiator, so we were kind of giving her some room to get on over.
Yeah. I can do it. You see? Oh yeah. Two big birds. So why the tail go in the air? Oh yeah, you. Oh no. Yes. Okay, you go do this one out. That bird. Fine. I'm gonna try to do it with one hand. Oh, this is gonna be hard. We're at 20. I'm gonna do it with one hand. Ready? Yeah. I'm gonna do it with one hand. It's kind of hard to press. Okay. Okay. Good. I do it with one hand. Flash! Whoa! Oh! Big bird. A gold? A gold? Go. Go. The gold one. Press it! Oh, the gold one! Now do the bomb one. Do the bomb.
I'll get you. Hold on. So once you get to the top, you can go left to go to Buzzard's Roost, which we later found out that it was closed due to nesting wild falcons or something. But if you go right, you can circle back around and go to the top of the mountain where there's a cell phone tower. It's like an access road for the cell phone tower. There's a couple little nice water puddles going up to the top there. Not much of a view, but you just turn around and come back down. No. Nothing crazy. We found a small spur trail, and it looks like it would connect all the way back to the main Forest Service road. But it got extremely muddy and extremely mucky, and with all the off-camber and steep grades that were on this road, we decided it was best if we turned around and Came back once.
Put your window up. There's thorns on
It
these.
was a lot drier. To be safer.
.31 miles.
Once again, I gotta record over music. Gotta love my music playing in the background. But yeah, we decided to turn around and head back to the main trail down to Buzzard's Roost to get back on I-40. But again, this trail was just too muddy for our liking, and there were some sketchy spots further down. So we definitely had to use our lockers to get through some of these areas that were just extremely, probably like all mud bottom, and we were risking getting centered on the frame.
Daddy, what's going on?
That ran over a rock.
Can a stick on you?
A stick.
Stick on your wheel?
Yeah, I got it.
What the bummer guys a stick on about your on the wheel?
There's an old gate right here.
.32 miles.
It's really sloppy right there where you turn onto this one.
This area of the trail was extremely muddy. This is where we decided to turn around and head back. The rest of the trail is pretty easy after this.
Sloppy.
The rest of the day we spent finishing up the rest of this trail, headed back, and then we jumped back on 40 to go 3 exits up or whatever it was to turn around, and then come back down to get to the entrance to Hurricane Creek, which I'll show you guys in a while. This place was definitely cool. Definitely want to come back and check it out.
You good?
Yeah, I was marking that on my map real quick. It does look like it went all the way through. Connected back to the road that we were on. But
All right, we finished that all up before lunch. So at this point, it's 12 o'clock. We're looking for lunch. We decided we're going to roll into Hurricane Creek and have lunch there at that second campsite after the couple parts of the technical section. So this point in time, they were still working on Hurricane Creek, and as you can see up here, they have all the construction cones and that lane closed, so it made it easy to swoop in into Hurricane Creek right here after the Harmon Den exit. Just pull off to the side, and then right after that guardrail is the start of Hurricane Creek. Hurricane Creek is mostly ran from this side to the other side. That's the general way people want to run it, just so you don't run into someone going the other way. Watch that, dude. Alright, we're at the start of Hurricane Creek. Little air down spot on the right side of the road. It's pretty cold. It's like 50 degrees. Let's do it, dude. Steve wanted to take point on this trail since he's ran it 3 or 4 times with me already. So I let him take point. There's no real turns to make all the way until you get to the end. You can choose left to go to the fast way to Max Patch, or go right to do kind of a more technical trail that neither of us have done before. So we opted to make the right turn at the end of this trail. As you'll see, we kind of ran into a car that wasn't supposed to belong on that trail at all, had no business on it. It was like a BMW i3 hybrid car that was on like 14-inch donuts, no spare, high centered in the middle of the trail. You'll see it coming up. It's quite amusing.
That log's new.
Yeah. Just don't bitch all years. Yes,
This section right here is probably the first technical section you'll do. It's kind of a little bit of a rock climb. The camera never picks it up how steep this is right here, but the right side is rutted, and it's pretty much the gatekeeper for this trail, because if you can't make it past this, you definitely won't make it past the harder obstacles later on. This is probably one of the toughest spots. Now they graded the rutted spot after this little section, but we'll get to that in a second. Again, Steve and I both had no problems getting up this. The trick is to get your passenger tire up on the wall of the right side, passenger side, is to get your tire up on that wall and just walk up it. Other than that, it's pretty easy. I'm on 33s, so I did it.
Dad, you can land over Mark's together. No, no. Oh. Bucket. For half. So that. Oh, good. No, stop moving.
Oh yeah, they graded it.
Oh, make it pull me up. One truck. That was the truck. No, that was a Dwayne. That was the best.
That kind of sucks.
Why are you driving that? Okay, we need to do that. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Wait, don't. Bird's gonna jump. Now I can swim by here. Ew. I can swim too. I can pick you up. I can pick you up.
This is one of our favorite campsites up here on the left, right by the water. Water is a nice white noise to sleep to all night. Turning left up into this campsite can be kind of tricky. There's a big rock on the right side, so you're going to get off camber pretty much to the driver's side. And your passenger front gets up on this rock up here. It's going to make you feel like you're going to tip over. Not only that, there's a huge rock there on the left that you can scrape your car against. I always had issues with the Tundra with this, and with the lift I have on the Gladiator, it's not fun with the Gladiator either. I definitely recommend camping here again. Just be mindful of the entrance and exits. Clean up after yourself. Surprisingly, this campsite was very clean when we were here. We always take away trash, but there was only a couple of cans in the fire pit. But as always, be careful here with getting out. Turning left onto here is just a little bit more tricky than pulling in, because that rock on your right side, you might hit against your body panel, and that gets expensive quick.
Little hole at the end of it.
Yeah.
The track changes so much with the water conditions, but this is a fun little obstacle. Just use the tree roots on the right side to get up. It's a little bit steep, and I've seen people hit that tree before, but just stay center and use those tree roots. Definitely a fun obstacle. If you don't have a campsite, up here on the left is a very small, probably one tent, one vehicle campsite right next to the creek again. Never stayed there before, but I've seen hunters there before. But we'll cross this little water, cross this Hurricane Creek again, and head back on up.
I'm in karate. I learned karate moves. Oh yeah, you can't beat me, because I'm Knuckles. You can jump, and you're gonna beat him this time, I think. Go! Go him! Summertime. Oh man. Wait, when I go over there, I wanted to punch him in the face. But he will be dying. We're going to be on the front.
This part of Hurricane Creek has become the new technical spot. There's a terrible rut down the middle of this, and there's two spots. It's either this one or the one after this. But you have a very high risk of falling down to the right about 100 feet down into the ravine. There's trees there to catch you, but if you fall off,
We gonna be
it's a bad
fine,
day.
Charlotte.
So Steve was carefully guiding me after I guided him through it.
We gonna be fine.
This is a fun rutted out section, and I recently started using the off-road cruise control on my Gladiator. It's fun to play around with that. You can set the speed of your crawl, and it's just like
I heard
was
boy.
a Toyota A-Track, because I've used both, and I actually prefer the
What
Jeep
did
version
you
better,
say?
although Toyota had it first.
No. I don't say. No, you don't know. Who knows? Come here. No. No. Don't. Yeah. I know. No. What are you going to do? No, help me. No, help me. Baba. No. That puppy. No. Okay, me too. Okay.
This part was my new favorite part now. When you're going up Hurricane Creek and you hang a right instead of left. There's a fun technical section to the top. And coming up around this next corner up here, we ran into someone who wasn't even supposed to be on this road. He said he took a wrong turn trying to get to Max Patch, turn left, coming down this Forest Service road, which he thought was like the other Forest Service roads up there by Max Patch, which are all, you know, heavily graded and lots of gravel. But we were honestly shocked how far down he got down this road, because it was like this the whole time, completely rutted, and it looks like he just did a full send to get through most of those obstacles of all the ruts in the area. But you'll see it coming up here around the corner. Definitely took some time to winch him backwards and use our shovels and get him off the trail. He said he had someone coming for him and then was asking about AAA, so we wish him the best. Hope he got out.
Somebody up in front of us.
What? Keep going, monkey. Done. Done.
What the fuck? BMW.
No. Oh, screw it.
How the hell did that get up here?
I think somebody's in it. Or a dog or something.
This is back to normal. Hey, this chain is back. And then went down again. It's out. I think it's out. I think it's out. I think it's out. I just farted.
take note where this car
Yeah.
was, and then on the right side, up before this tree up here, past this bamboo, take note of Steve's shovel because he lost it forever. He left his shovel there. I went back and did this trail 2 weeks later, and the shovel was gone, but there it is. That bamboo was still there on the trail.
63 miles.
That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please smash that like button, subscribe, follow along. I have another Hurricane Creek video coming up because we did come back 2 weeks later and ran it with a new friend of ours. Spent 2 nights on the trail, did a different way coming in, so we definitely had a good time. I have more videos coming up, a new walk around, and we got a major trip going out west coming up this year.
Can you go up here?